Holy motherfucking shit. Oh, all right guys, okay. We've been through the whole entire roller coaster of emotions over the last 48 hours. I've felt complete and utter disgust, disappointment, but then also I've felt euphoria and gratefulness. Gratefulness, I don't think that's a word. I felt gratitude. Yesterday, okay, was my first experience being hungover, having to get through it without any of my normal coping mechanisms, such as drinking again, just to take away that headache or that sickness in my stomach, or just to put me in a good mood again, you know, because there's nothing worse than being hungover, right? And sadly, yesterday I was hungover. I think I did have my 6 drinks that I allowed myself, but they were large glasses of wine, and that was probably about 1.5 bottles, if not like 2 bottles of wine. And that, my friends, completely you know, threw a big, not just a spanner, a fucking wrench, a hammer, and a drill in the works, okay? So I spent 4 hours at the Christmas party in total, had 6 drinks, got home, slept for like 10 hours, woke up the next day expecting to feel okay, but I quite simply didn't. Now what I had to push through was work. I had to get up at 9 o'clock. I had to work from 9:15 to 1:15. I got through that relatively okay. You know, thank God there were some breaks between calls. And I actually, you know, I finished that shift and I felt like, okay, maybe the hangover's gone and maybe I can crack on with the day and get some shit done. But sadly, I felt worse nearing the end of the day. And I feel like that is because, you know, nearing that 24-hour period, that 24-hour mark after taking your last drink is when the alcohol's going to completely be detoxing out of your body. So I feel like the morning, I feel like getting through work, I feel like I probably had a little bit of alcohol still in my system, and it was a bit of a blessing. It got me through it. But the rest of the day was just spent moping around, fucking lazy, unmotivated, and sadly, I did feel my first hint of depression ever since day 1 of this video series, this taking alcohol out. Ever since day 1, I have not felt an ounce of depression, because I've just been on such a good track. Everything's been positive. I'm making positive choices, and when you continually make positive choices in your life, you're not going to feel depressed, unless you've got something really going on, some, you know, chemical imbalances, whatever they call it. I don't. All I need to do to cure my depression, to cure whatever depression I've got, is to make healthy choices, to make positive choices each and every day, to wake up without a hangover, quite simply. And, you know, I've done all of my... Look, at the end of the day, no one ever succeeds without failure. And I haven't drunk again yesterday. That's a win. I've got up today. I've gone to the gym, 8 o'clock in the morning, smashed a workout. I've just gone and ran 8 kilometers, which is 3 more than I've run recently. Feeling really capable. You know, my heart rate didn't get over 150 beats per minute, and I was running at 10 Ks per hour. So I think it's about time I up my pace. But yesterday I simply just, yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. I wanted to get to the gym, wanted to do some things around the house, especially leading up to moving, but it didn't happen. So I've done all of the kicking of myself that I am going to allow. I am back on track. I've gotten back on track so much faster than I ever have before, and it's only because I now have more in my life that is, I have more things in my life that's worth more. I have things in my life that are worth more than drinking, quite simply. And on Friday night, I forgot about those. On Friday night, I was influenced. I wasn't forced by any means to drink. I could have gone and remained sober, which is what I'm going to really try and do over the next couple of months. There are a couple of social occasions that, you know, I'd considered drinking for, but it's just not for me. It's not for me. It's not worth it. It's simply not worth it. I've got so many more positive things in my life that you know, drinking's just simply not worth it anymore. So I've kicked myself. I've gotten through it. I've gotten through the hangover. I would say I'm feeling about 90% at the moment, which is a hell of a lot better than I was yesterday. I've got in the gym. I'm going home. It's a nice day. Life is good, you know, but I'd completely forgotten about that yesterday. So my coping mechanisms have improved. We are improving. I think I was always going to test myself. I was always going to give it another crack. I was always going to have at least a couple of drinks on one occasion. I was going to have to choose that occasion wisely, and I feel like I did. But, you know, one turned into two, and they were really, really large glasses, I'm not going to lie. And two turned into three, and three turned into five, and I'm pretty sure I ended it at about 6. So 6 big glasses of wine over a 4-hour period. Way too much. I got pretty drunk, and I actually had to take myself home. I was planning on continuing the night, so thank God I didn't. I realized, nah mate, you've done it. You're already going to be struggling tomorrow. Take yourself home, go to bed, try and sleep it off, and even that didn't work. So yeah, it was an experience, but it was an experience that I was always going to do, guys. You take one step back, and I feel like today, a really, really great workout. I've taken 3 steps forward. So, you know, I sacrificed one day for 4 hours of drinking, and that doesn't make sense. 4 hours of drinking where I didn't really have a huge amount of fun, and I sacrificed an entire day for that. Now that doesn't work. Any mathematicians out there will know. Those numbers simply do not add up. Either way, guys, this is my video for today. I had to address it. I had to address the elephant in the room, because I had mentioned that I was going to go and drink, and I did go and drink, but I don't want to anymore. And I have a huge amount of conviction about that at the moment. So I'm home now, and I'm going to crack into the day. I'm going to take my girls swimming, and I wish you all well.